Hello everyone, and welcome back to All the Mods 7. In the last episode, we set up, listen. The past few episodes, it's been very heavily reactor based, but I'll be honest, I don't regret a second of it because it's been really fun. We've learned a completely new way, or at least I've learned a completely new way to automate, a reactor's fueling system, and it is my favorite way ever. The fact that all of these machines are just hooked up to their own little pattern providers, but some of them have interfaces for just normal automation, but the rest of these are set up with crafting recipes, which means I can walk in here and, as you can see, I've crafted some already, but I could say, you know what, I would actually like 100 buckets of plutonium, and I can order that and it will genuinely start making it. It'll make all 100. So we could set up automation for this to store a certain amount. We have a lot of options. Look, we've got 1 bucket worth, and it's going to keep doing that. At the moment, the only limiting factor, as far as I'm aware, there's probably something else, is this barrel wasting stuff. As you can see, it gets a little bit of nuclear waste each time we craft some stuff. But overall, I crafted stuff a little bit before I pressed record, and as you can see, it's still dropped from then. You know what I mean? So it fills up, but it also drops. And there's a few ways we can change this around as well to, I guess, decay it a little bit faster. But regardless, I'm very impressed with how this all works. Now, the last episode, we converted our polonium system to actually be auto-craftable. So we've got, a crafting recipe and stuff like that, and we've actually got it being stored in this waste barrel as well. So the reason we sort of did that is because we also set up crafting for polonium, and polonium's just made in these systems here. So we've got recipes for polonium and recipes for just the normal nuclear waste in here. We can do either or, which is really cool. The reason why that's cool is because we need polonium, and plutonium, we need both of them to get our hands on an SPS machine, a superficial phase shifter, I believe it's called. It's got a nice, cool, fancy name. And that makes us antimatter. Cool. like genuinely pretty cool. Over here, we've probably got some cleaning up to do visually. Look, just about every aspect of every single base we make has a little bit of, visual cleaning up that it needs done. A little bit might be an understatement. And one of you guys left a really funny comment. In the last episode, I mentioned how in the other last episode, we had a bit of a radiation leak. Look around me. It looks like we've had a lot more than a little radiation leak. The sky is blood red. The clouds are orange. The sun looks horrific. There's sand everywhere. There's particles falling. The trees are glowing red. and we've encased ourselves in the sand as well. So yeah, a little bit of a radiation leak. Just a little bit, but yeah, I thought that was a funny visual to hey, it fits pretty well with what we've gone for here in terms of our design. So this episode, my main goal, if we get this set up, I'm pretty happy with whatever else we get done. I want to make a superficial phase shifter. In theory, might be really easy to do. We might just smack one out, easy done, bingo bango, we're finished. Or it could not be. I think it will be easy, because I think the hardest part is genuinely the polonium and the plutonium. And we have the biggest reactor possible, so I don't think it's going to be that difficult. And we have a bit of a backlog in terms of, the resources, because we got a bunch of stuff in there. So what do we want to do? Well, obviously, I want to go and add the recipes for these blocks. So there's a few things we need. One is the casing. As you can see, it uses HDPE, it uses polonium, and it uses plutonium. Very interesting. Now, the HDPE, we sort of have that. We have it automatable. But the problem is it's in the AE2 system, so I'm going to have to figure out some way to link that up reliably. Not entirely sure how doable that is. I think it is doable. I think we can even do it with... Oh, but I don't have QIO set up, do I? Man, let me tell you, I love the QIO stuff. We really need to touch base with that here as well. We'll probably touch QIO here once we get antimatter set up and all that. We'll see. The problem is I want to get my first... what do you call it? I want to get my first supermassive QIO drive in All the Mods 7 to the sky, just because I don't know, I feel like that playthrough's earned it. Whereas this one, I'm sort of just speed running all the mechanism stuff to a certain extent. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So anyhow, we've got one pattern for the casing. We'll obviously need a pattern for the ports. I think you can get away with one port. Or maybe one port. I'm not sure, because you have spots for energy to go in. I think maybe... Hold on. Let's go at mechanism. And let's find out where they've got these blocks. Because there'll be other blocks that we need as well. I just don't know what it's called. This guy here. Supercharged coil. I know we need that. And I think that's just it. SPS casing, SPS port, supercharged coil. And yeah, it says it's used in superficial phase shifter multiblock to supply large quantities of energy, must be attached to an SPS port. Yep, that makes sense. The port can transfer energy in substances, so we'll need at least, what, 3, right? 1 for input of the polonium? The polonium, I think. So 1 for input of polonium, 1 for output of antimatter, and 1 for input of energy. So that makes sense. We get 3 of those. And then casing is just to make the frame. I think as well, I believe we can get away with... don't know if it has to be reactor glass. I think... maybe. I noticed it says, as well as many others, we might be able to get away with using just structural glass, because there's obviously this stuff as well. Yeah. The problem is how do I know? How do I know what it's allowed to be used in? You know what I mean? Like, is there a tag on these that say, like, SPS multiblock? You know what I mean? It might. I mean, this thing says it's impermeable. It has the impermeable tag right at the bottom there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I'm going to imagine that the reactor glass is good enough. So we're probably just going to use the reactor glass. We got a decent amount. So we're pretty much good. Just this coil's left. Once again, all this stuff we can pretty much make except the laser. We'll grab that recipe too. Awesome. So we'll chuck this stuff in here and we'll get ready. Now, there is one cool thing we could do. If we wanted to, we don't have to, but if we wanted to, we could do the actual phase shifting in the overworld. For example, I could chuck it like above this thing and like we could have some crazy reaction happening in the overworld. Listen, that sounds really fun. I'll be honest, it does sound really fun. The one downside to that is that it won't be in here, and this is honestly a really cool biome, and I've sort of imagined having it like over there already, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, I'm mentally prepared for it. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of want it to be here. I'd like this to be more than just a reactor. I'd like this to be its own little, area, location. Like, we can pretty that up, I don't know, with something. So I reckon we do slap it in here. Another thing, just before we get to building this actual SPS, maybe I'll order some of the stuff just so that we can get it going. You know what as well? Hold on. Does the quest book tell us how many we need? Because this is one of the most annoying parts about the multi-blocks is trying to figure out how many blocks you need. What I'll say is Draconic Evolution. I think they did a really good job. I don't know if it was the guides that I looked at, like the little wikis, or if it was the mod itself, but it would tell you somewhere, at least, exactly how many blocks you needed. So you just make that many blocks and then try and like slap together this multi-block and use up as much as you could. In terms of this, I mean, I'm not really seeing an antimatter section or an SPS section, so I think it's not there. I mean, like, it could be in the creative section because there's like a bunch of stuff here. I don't know. I'm probably going to look up a wiki because I don't want to... I just want to order the exact amount. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Mechanism multi-block. Let's see. Okay. So, allegedly... Yep, okay. So we will need 60 for the crafting of the actual multi-block. And then you'll need an additional 12 for the other things that you craft. So maybe we should craft the other stuff first. That probably makes more sense. So we obviously need 3 ports minimum. You can get away with more ports. What do we need? We need the... Yeah. Okay, hold on. Well, I guess we're jumping a little bit ahead here. I know what we need. I just don't know if we have the strength to do it. So what we need here, realistically, is some sort of storage system, right, that only stores a little bit amount. For example, do we have a tiny chest or something? I'd like a small storage, like really small, like just a tiny little chest that holds one thing. I think we tried with a display doohickey before. What are they called? A display, yeah, just a display pedestal. And it stored at least a stack. It might be good though. It might only hold a stack. I'm not sure. Let's grab out some cobble and give this a shot. So if we have a pedestal here, I can put a stack on here. Oh, right. Yeah, I can right click a stack in. You know, it's probably faster to just use a barrel with some pipes. What I'm getting at here, which I do apologize for sort of jumping ahead of myself. I want to be able to store the polonium and the plutonium pellets in like a pedestal that I can then access with external storage from refined storage. Does that make sense? I think that does. So we'll slap this here. set this guy up to extract, and then we'll put in this. So that now has a stack of cobble. And now it still only has a stack. That's good. That's good. Because what I'm going to try and do here is store just one stack of polonium pellets and one stack of plutonium pellets. Now we could store more. Like I could just chuck in a barrel, like a storage drawer or something. But I kind of think this is the good thing to do. Just use some pedestals. Store one stack. I don't think we'll ever need more than a stack at a time. So this is sort of almost overkill already. So I think it's fine. In terms of where we're going to place it, I'll tell you what, I am not a big fan of how messy I've made this area. I kind of want to clean it up, even if it is just with sand or sandstone. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. So I'm gonna spend a few minutes just doing that, just cleaning this thing up, making like covers and stuff as well, because I believe they're needed. All right, now it's not perfect, but I think it's a lot better. You can sort of see the trail. For whatever reason, the lighting on our facades or whatever are a little bit different than our normal sandstone, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll probably get used to it, maybe. By the way, I should mention I am using Overimagined shaders. I do think I prefer them over pretty much over any of the others. To be honest, I'm a big fan of them. I don't know what they've done. I don't know if it's maybe just the way I configured them, but I'm quite liking them. So anyhow, over here, what do we want to do? Obviously, we need to attach to applied energistics, so we'll probably slap it down like over here, which means it's probably going to look pretty messy. We could try to grab a facade, and I'm thinking slap it like on top of this. That might do something. I don't know if that even makes anything look better, to be real with you. This thing as well, don't even know what this guy's doing here, but he's there, I guess. We've also got, a cell workbench there. All of these are refined storage. We do have what we want in here, and I guess we've got cables there too. I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to slap these both here. We're going to go ahead and see if we can wrench these off, just like that. I can't get these off, which is a little bit irritating. The refined storage cables, I think you need a wrench from refined storage, and that might let you do it. But even then, as you can see right now, like, oh, okay, there we go. But I guess you have to wait a little bit. So, what do we want to do here? I want to get 2 exporters from Applied Energistics, so export buses. So we'll go ahead and craft another one of these, just a piston. That should be quick and easy. 2 export buses. These are going to face up into the pedestals. Inside here are going to be crafting cards. So we're going to have to grab these guys here. 1 and... unlucky. We need another basic card. That should be fine. Shouldn't take too long. So we'll grab these. Obviously make another crafting card. So what this will allow the system to do is actually order these recipes, right? It'll be able to craft whatever we put in here. And then we're just going to have one of them be polonium and one of them be plutonium. So I should be able to open this guy up. We've got plutonium there. We can order a polonium. That should be pretty quick, I would imagine. Yep, there we go. So this guy is going to be told, hey, you do plutonium. And he'll store plutonium, I guess. We can have him store all the stuff there. And then this guy will obviously be the opposite. Or, well, not the opposite, but he'll be that stuff. So what we should see is there's currently 12 in here. And there's currently 2 here. We should see those numbers go up. So there's 13 in there now. Are we going to get a third here? Yep, we get a third. Awesome, so it's already working. This should, in theory, fill up to 1 stack in each. And I mean that's awesome, that's what we want. So next up here, we'll want some external storages from refined storage. So we're gonna want a few of these crafted. I'm surprised we don't have external storages auto crafted. That's a little bit shocking, to say the least, but sure, whatever. So we've got 2 of these. I'm obviously going to place these on the side here, and these will be set up. I think as well I do want to add the filtering that they've already got, right? So for example, we're going to grab, if I can, what do I need to do? We're going to grab plutonium there to store. This will just make sure that like we don't accidentally use this display pedestal as storage for, I don't know, cobblestone or something, right? And then we obviously want to do the same for polonium, but I can't be bothered going through that whole mess, so we'll just grab this stuff out and filter that. There we go. And then I should be able to just chuck this back in. Okay, it's stored it somewhere else, but that's not the main point. The main point is that these are getting filled up. They're getting stuff put into them. So now what we should be able to do is the cable facades, they can go back on, which will make this look pretty nice. Ooh, these will have to actually do a little bit differently. This will actually be a little bit annoying, because I think I need to break them. I'll tell you what. Give me a second. Let's grab a polonium. Let's grab a plutonium. This will make my job a little bit easier in a second. Because I can't help myself. I need these to look somewhat decent. So I'm going to break this, and I'm going to break this, and then hopefully they break at some point in this episode. A hollow cover will go here and here. Assuming it actually places. I think it would... I don't know, we're getting a little bit of lag. I don't really know why. And now this looks a little bit nicer, right? So we can chuck that in there, chuck that in there, and we're good. Awesome. So now, when I order my SPS, and I order, say, my 3 ports, I can craft... Ooh, we need HDPE. Yeah. Okay. Good point, good point. We need another... we need another pedestal. What's here? Refined storage cable. Can I pick you up? I can. And you weren't really doing anything anyway, so... You can sort of just go wherever. I mean, realistically, you can just go there. Why not? Enjoy yourself. You sit there. Wonderful. And then what we can do is we can just pretty much do what we did just before. So I can grab a cover, grab our sandstone, make this guy hollow. He can sit there. Oh, I think it's going to place. I think we're just getting a little bit of a lag there. We can take off this guy and do literally the exact same thing. But this time we're going to do it with the HDPE things. And then I think we're good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this genuinely should be pretty much perfect. I will need another export bus. I'm going to pretty much do what we did just before, so I'll craft that stuff mostly off camera. Alright, so HDPE, crafting card, and I mean, it should just happen already, realistically. Yep, you can see it's already started. Beautiful. So we should be getting a stack of each of these. That should be fine. The next thing we probably should do, well, first of all, is make sure, yep, we're all force loaded here, so that's fine. Back in the overworld, we'll want to make sure that we are actually maintaining, what do you call them? The HDPE sheets or plates or whatever they were in the system. So pretty much just in one of these, we want to be storing them. I probably want to go for a stack, so we'll do that. I'll do HDPE. And we want the sheets to be auto-crafted there. So hopefully that's what should happen. We should start getting those crafted. We've obviously got one at the moment. Is it going to actually craft more? Like it should. The question is just, is it gonna? Oh yeah, there we go. We got 5. Okay, so it'll keep doing its thing. 7. Awesome. Wonderful. So that'll allow us to have a pretty big buffer of both pallets and sheets. Well, I mean a stack of each, right? So not an amazing buffer, but a buffer nonetheless. So once again, we'll let that keep doing its thing. And now, can we craft our stuff? I imagine so. Let's do SPS. Can I please get 3 ports? No, we still need more HDPE. Okay, so we got a little bit of a task ahead of us, but it's fine. It's fine. What I might do as well is just open this guy up and craft like 200 of these. Just get that ball rolling a little bit. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so I should be able to make 3 now. Awesome. We can start ordering that. Now, the 60 we need. How many HDPE pellets do we need to make 60 of these? We need like 700. We can do it. Realistically, it won't actually take that long. Like, it's going to be a little bit tedious. The main thing we're waiting on is what? Just the actual processing of it itself. So, if we actually go down here. So I think, yeah, we're literally just waiting on this stuff to happen. And for the most part, we're sort of just waiting on the systems to fill this up. So we can actually speed this up big time. So I'm going to take this stuff out. I'm going to chuck it in here. And we're going to go ahead and up this. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 10 at a time. Because I think that'll be easy to work out. So we set this to 10. We set this to 10. We set this to be 0.1. Because obviously that's times 10. And we set this to be 0.5. And that should do the trick. We can update this pattern. And now, in theory, if I've done this correctly, we chuck this back in. I don't know if I might have to reset the recipe in here. But we should be able to order them a lot faster now. So if I cancel this, for example, maybe. I mean, he's already got stuff in him, as you can see. Oh, okay, he's doing something. I think we're good. I definitely think we're good. Yeah, does this guy... I mean, yeah, he's got speed upgrades and stuff. The PRC, I don't think it can take a tier upgrade. I think we tried just to see if it would. But no, it doesn't. Now, obviously, we have a few options here. One is we wait for this to process. 2 is we just slap on another one. I mean, it should, in theory, be that simple. That's the benefit of what we've done here. It should genuinely be one of the most simplest things that we can even do. So we'll grab this. We'll search pressurized reaction chamber. So we'll slap this guy down. We'll place that on top. I happen to have a configuration card on me, so we'll go ahead and copy this configuration. That saves us a lot of work. We can go ahead and grab this pattern here. Well, actually, no, we don't need to. That pattern can actually go back in there. You can keep doing your thing. We will go in here. Oh, yeah, we don't have any patterns in there. 1 second. We need some more patterns. Pronto. And you know what? Let's solve this once and for all by just ordering... Do we need vibrant? No, I think we just need normal quartz. So, let's order like 1,000 of this stuff. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Let's go pattern. Oh, a little bit too many E's. We want patterns, not patterns. And we'll craft a bunch of these. Oh, apparently we don't have much. But we're going to chuck this in here. Boom. Second recipe. Awesome. That means we can run down here. We can chuck it in there. And in theory, if the system was working, it would start up. I think what we need to do is just go ahead and make sure that the recipe is cancelled, which it looks like it is. It looks like when we took the stuff out, it cancelled itself. But I should be able to open this up, click in here, and try to order the 700 we need. Boom. And we should now have this machine working non-stop. In theory, this machine too. At the moment, it's clearly not happening, but it should. So it's a little bit upsetting, to say the least. You know what? Did we have something on the other side of the wall to like help out here? I don't think we did, but it's always worth a check. No, we don't have anything else going on over here. Okay, so it's just simply not working. Good. That's always great to see. Why are you not working? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're meant to work. You're meant to. Oh, he's got water in him. Oh. He's doing something. What else do I need to add here? I feel like, I mean, we could put upgrades in. Well, I'll be honest, I doubt that's going to solve any problem here. But we can do it. Oh, no, does he... Oh, he's got upgrades in him. Huh? I don't remember doing that. Didn't we craft this PRC, or did we already have one? We must have already had one. You know what the problem is then? The problem is that he's got water in him. This recipe doesn't use any water. Why has he got water in him? It's possible. Is this guy doing anything weird? No, it doesn't look like it. Is this guy pulling in water from the right? Maybe. Let's turn that off. We don't need to do that. So then to get rid of the water that's in there, I think we've got to grab out our gauge dropper. So we'll grab this. There we go. And then we can shift right click that into the atmosphere, as you do. So this should be functional. Oh, we're not done. No way are we done. Are we done? Huh, what's... It wants to be done, but it's not quite. Okay. Is the issue... Oh, the issue is that we can't store anymore because it's all here. And that means when we search HDPE... Oh, we actually do have a stack. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay, so... what do I need to do here? I think I just need to increase the storage that we have for the HDPE. So instead of having them in here, I reckon we store... you know what? I kind of want to store 1,000 of them. I don't want to store 10,000. I don't want to store less. But I want to store just 1,000. I think that's a pretty nice number. So we'll place this here. Attempt to open it, if it'll let me. We'll add a 1 and we'll add 2 zeros to flush that out. HDPE, drag this in. Now we should be good. This should start crafting more. As you can see, it is. Beautiful. Which should mean we're allowed to put more HDPE pellets in there. So that should be good as well. And then hopefully we can build this thing by the end of this episode, as we have planned, and we're gonna do it. It's just a matter of if we can. We'll open this guy up again, and I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and order our 600 more. 600 more. Yep. Start that up. All right. You keep doing your thing. Yeah. So does that mean as well that the storage filled up that we put in here? Yeah. This guy. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't look like he's full. So I'm not sure what the issue was there. Very strange. Regardless though, we can do something a little bit crazy. Yeah, we can grab one of these cells, storage components. Sorry, we can try to make another one of the biggest. Which I mean, they're pretty crazy. Can I afford it? Nah, not really. I'll tell you what. We'll grab another 1 million. Yeah, we'll just order it. That'll be on its way. How's everything else going? HDPE. Are we getting a crazy amount? I mean, we're getting some, but like, are we getting 60? Yeah, I mean, we're about halfway there. That's pretty good, to be honest. Sweet. Okay, nice. A little bit more waiting. I guess in the meantime, we can get some of the other stuff. So, supercharged coils. We're going to need at least one of these, so we'll go for the one. Why not? In terms of glass, we can use reactor or structural glass. We've got a bunch of reactor glass already. In terms of glass, structure glass. We don't have any, so we'll probably just go for the reactor glass. Don't know if it's automated. Oh, it is. Awesome. So we had what? 73. Of course we have 73. Oh, and we actually need 123. So I should just be able to make 50 more, right? And that should do the trick? Yeah, surely. So we'll do that. Start it. Doesn't look like that hard of a craft, realistically. And we have 125, so I guess it makes a weird amount. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll bring it with. Sure. Why not? We'll put that away. That we'll hold on to for a little bit. I was also going to upgrade my backpack. That's why I had that on me. So we'll see if we can do that. Do I get to keep the contents? Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're going to do that. And I might upgrade this as much as it'll let me. Because, I don't know, we store a lot of tools and stuff in here. So it's probably nice to have it actually be, I don't know, a big storage. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's storing a bunch of stuff. I think the last one, yeah, I need a smithing table. It's good for now. We can chuck this back on. And now I can, like, I don't know, store a little bit more stuff in here. So that should be good. Okay, so, where are we? What are we at here? 28 hours, cool. We've got the glass. We've got the super coil, whatever it is, this guy here. The SPS ports we have. All that's left is literally just 60 of these. And we're awfully close. We're awfully close. So, I was going to say I'll sit here. What are we waiting on? I think we are still waiting on these machines. Maybe. Oh, actually, you know what? I know what the issue is. We've got a bunch in here, I think, and we're trying to export them. So I think what we need to do is just put some acceleration cards in here. Even one will probably do the trick. The problem is, I can't reach under there. Unless we break this, I guess, and then I crouch under and attempt to right-click it, or maybe I get a little sneak peek under here, please. Yep, there we go. Acceleration card. How's that going to do? Nah, I might do something. Maybe, if we're lucky. Yeah, I mean, this guy's empty now. So I think it did something. Do I have any more acceleration cards? How difficult are these to get? We need some fluix. That's walk in the park. It's an interesting park. I'm going to do it anyway. Because I can't help myself. And we'll attempt to open that again. Yep, there we go. Second one, cool. Hopefully that keeps us covered for a little while. Slap that guy back down. So, still a little bit confused. Like, what are we waiting on? It says we're waiting on nothing. And if that's the case, then what's the hold up? What's going on? These guys are ready. They're waiting. They're good to go. We just need it to happen, but it's just not happening. Yeah, not too sure. Oh, there we go. Is it the substrate? Is that the issue? I think it is. I think we're waiting for this to finish. Then it gets crushed. And then these guys start up again. That appears to be a bit of like a common theme here. So like watch, this will finish. And then this will start up, and I mean already we've got a bunch of, I don't know, it might just be a coincidence. It's honestly hard to tell. Regardless though, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Come on. I'll tell you what, we can craft 30 for now. That'll at least, you know, give it something. No, we can't craft 30, we need more polonium. Wow, yeah, we need a decent amount. Okay. So my display system half works, I guess. I mean, oh, it only had one on it? And you had that much? Huh. Sure. Let's craft 100. What do I need? Fluorite dust. Okay, fluorite dust. We have a bunch of you. You're not stored anywhere though, because all these barrels are full of literally anything else. We do have fluorite, but we also need fluorite dust. So, well, right, hey, listen, we got to set it up. I know it's definitely a little bit tedious at this point, but trust me, it's for the greater good. So we'll place a barrel, exporter, open him up when he wants to let us. We'll chuck in our fluorite. This guy will be full, beautiful, wonderful. On this side, we are simply going to have a storage bus. And that'll be good. We'll obviously need a fluix doohickey. And that should be good as well. So storage bus, open that up. Make sure we partition him so that he can only have fluorite. Cool, wonderful. So now, once again, we should actually be able to auto polonium, which means some should auto craft, which we should see that stuff show up. We can also help it along a little bit. Maybe craft 200 of this stuff. You know, maybe craft 200 of that stuff too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that system will run. We can also see our spent nuclear waste here. We currently just have 100,000 millibuckets, and that's about 20%. So we can store about what? 500,000, 500,000 millibuckets in just one barrel. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I guess. So yeah, well, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. Should be good. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to show off. Someone in the comments let me know of this guy here, which is called a network reader. And what this guy does is he'll tell you how much output and like capacity you have in a tubing system. So over here, for example, I can right click and it will tell me that we have 14 transmitters, 10 acceptors. So that I guess would be the 10 sides of these solid neutron activators. It tells you how much is needed and it tells you the capacity. And you also get the throughput and the buffer. So the capacity is obviously the capacity. The throughput, it's not telling me the max, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. Maybe I need to right click on the actual output part. Yeah, not too sure. I imagine when it's running, it's meant to tell me as well. So I'm not too sure there, but I mean, we can see the rest of the stuff, I guess. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. I guess that's sort of something you can mess around with while you've got your actual system running. See what you can actually be pulling. Cool. Awesome. I didn't know this existed. Very interesting. Oh, you know what as well? These guys are actually going pretty slow because, I mean, I don't have like the actual recipe set up. Hold on. So if we go palette, we should get both of these. Does it put the whole thing in? Oh, it does. Awesome. So I should be able to just grab that and grab this. I think they're simple recipes to craft. I think, are these identical? Yeah, they look pretty much identical for the most part. So we can chuck this stuff in here, and I think this guy will start up. Yeah, he started up. He's making polonium and stuff, and he's going pretty fast. Cool. Yeah. Okay, we can order our first 30. It's going to use 120 polonium. Oh, and it crafts like instantly. If I want another 30, we need to cook up a little bit more polonium, which we are, so it'll be fine. We should be able to get it. It's just, once again, a little bit of a waiting game. But we can start crafting, I guess. It's a pretty straightforward design. I was going to say recipe. In terms of where we want to slap it, I kind of want this one encased in the ground as well a little bit, just so that it... I don't know. I just have like a vision, I guess. And we're going to stick with it. We're going to see what it looks like. Whether it looks bad or not, it'll probably stay like that for the rest of eternity. So I'm thinking we hollow out the inside here, but the outsides will roughly be like this. And then obviously, where are we? Like that. So I believe it's a 3x3. Like, well, no, it's not a 3x3 on every side. It's actually quite an annoying structure now that I'm like looking at it again. It's... So this ideally would actually be glass. So we can actually go ahead and, well, I guess just replace it, sure. So this can be glass, which once again is going to look a little bit weird being half in the ground, but it's fine. That'll be glass. Then all around it is going to actually be the SPS stuff. So we'll go under here and dig all this stuff. The corners we can leave empty, believe it or not, so we can get away with this. Actually, not quite that, sorry. We're going to actually have to make this even bigger. Believe it or not, somehow. Because you do like a plus sign. So we do this shape on every single side. So as you can see, I've actually got to go ahead and dig a little bit more here. But we do this and this. And now that's the shape. That's the design we want. Then we go ahead and put our stuff on the corners and whatnot. So we go like boom, 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 so on, so forth. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to tell you, but that's what you do. So we do that, and then you do the exact same thing on all the corners. So for example, I believe this is how you do it. You start placing this stuff, and you do the exact same thing. So obviously this corner, we're gonna want this, we want that there. We'll have to clear out a little bit more land as well. And yeah, we just do this as a big square circle hybrid thing. Alright, so it's going pretty well. I've got most of the frame coming along. Obviously we still have the top and bottom to do, as well as, you know, some of these corners that need special stuff in them. I think these corners as well need to be SPS. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll see depending on how much we have left over. So can I do 30? Almost. We're very close. I have a feeling that this guy's full again. So let's take that out. Almost. So we're pretty much there. I think we're still crafting it. I think we should still have more showing up. We've obviously got a lot of recipes here. It's just a matter of if it's actually being crafted. I think it is. But the other issue is that, like, I don't know, we're just waiting on it to pop up into one of these. Okay, I think we can get 30 now. There was a lot of AFK, I'll tell you that much. But we got it. Realistically, we needed a lot more production over there. And we actually have about, like, 400,000 spent nuclear waste. So we need to be a little bit careful because this guy is very much on his way to fill up, and then that's a bad time. So we'll have to sort that out relatively soon. But for now, we're fine. So down here, I believe we just want to do sort of this. We want to make sure that everything's covered in the corners. I think this actual corner can stay empty. I think we just need to place one there, but I think like that's fine. Obviously, we want some at the bottom. I think just there. I think that's fine. And I think, yeah, the bottom of this one as well. And then I'm pretty sure that's it. And then obviously it's that same plus design on the floor here. That looks like it makes sense. Now we will have to place the ports down. So we'll have to figure out where we're going to put those. Realistically, we have one port here, and one port in the roof, right? So one will be for, I don't know, some sort of input, some sort of output, either or. And then on the roof we'll have the other thing. We'll place down the glass next, since that seems like the most logical step. And then we'll build the frame around it. And then I believe we will be good and ready to go. And we'll set some stuff up. So we'll place you there, place you there, place you there, place you there, place you there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful. That's everything. We have an extra piece of glass? Sure. The more the merrier. Although, honestly, we actually have 2 extra pieces of glass, which does add up. We place the port on top. Before we do that, we do need to be in here because we need to place this guy on the bottom of it. Awesome. Next up, I guess we'll quickly try and sneak out. There we go. We'll go ahead and fill up this gap again. So this is the SPS machine, the superficial phase shifter. We can open him up and we have an interface. Empty, progress, empty. Beautiful. So, what do we want to do here? Well, for starters, we're going to slap... we essentially want to slap power on the top. These ender gates move 1 million RF per tick. These ender cells can do 2 million. So we're going to go ahead and make one of these. Hopefully it'll do the trick. Hopefully it won't take too long to craft as well. I'm not sure. Oh no, yep, it's already done. Cool. So this guy I'm going to place right on top. And I'm obviously going to set him to extract downwards. Now at the moment, I think we're just voiding that power pretty much. That's what it sort of looked like. Because I mean, it all just sort of disappeared. So unless, you know what, it might have charged up the block with power. And we just don't see it, but the actual like thing is filled with power. That sort of makes sense. I can work with that. I can agree with that because this guy's filled back up. So it's not draining. It's just it filled that guy up. So next thing we need to do is potentially configure this guy. So yeah, we're gonna make this guy the input, I think, and this guy's gonna be the output. So obviously for the input we're gonna need polonium, but I think the better option is doing exactly what we've learnt to do over the past few episodes, and that's try and make another pattern provider. Now we need Fluix dust, which believe it or not is not the most fun time. Fluix dust. Oh, we messed up, didn't we? Because we accidentally. You know what? This isn't a bad recipe. Let's hold on. I've got to go make a thing. You know what? We do have an inscriber here. Is that what it was? No, it wasn't an inscriber. It was some other thing. I'll figure out what we're doing. All right, let's give this a shot. Boom, boom, boom. Are you going to transform before my magnet gets you? The answer is no, unless maybe if I drop them right here. No, we're going to pick that stuff up too fast. Cool. Awesome. We'll turn the magnet off. It's fine. And we'll chuck that stuff in there. So that's a charged Certus quartz. I charged it in this charger over here. Does wonders. That should make us Fluix stuff. Yep, wonderful. And obviously we want to do our little Fluix system here. So I'm going to be crafting like, what, 4 of this and so on and so forth. Alright, well, we've got enough for now. We can at least make this thing, which is obviously the main thing. Pattern provider. This guy will go right here. That should do the trick. Now, in terms of cabling, obviously we're going to want a bunch of this stuff, which should be able to do. Let's go ahead and craft like a few less than that. That should be good. We'll see where we go from here. 37 sounds awesome. We might have just spent all the cables with all the stuff we just got. We want to connect this all the way over here, but we also want to make sure that we can. This cable goes all the way down. It's a shared cable all the way, I believe, to here. And we have 7 of 8. So allegedly, by attaching it here, we will be good. Allegedly. Although, it's going to be a bit of an annoying thing to do, but I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. So we'll bring this up, obviously, bring this around here, connect this like so. So let's go double check just real quick. Make sure that it does in fact say, what should we call it? Say 8 of 8 now? Yep, 8 of 8, cool. So this pattern provider will provide obviously a thing for antimatter. So we'll go in here, we'll search antimatter, and we want to say, hey, guess what? 1000 polonium equals 1 millibucket. Pretty simple stuff. If we want, we could bump this up again, which might make a little bit more sense, and do 100,000. Can I not? Oh, we're getting a little bit of lag. We might be actually frozen. Hopefully we don't crash. Oh, yep, we crashed. I'll be back. Hopefully it didn't roll back too far. Okay, we're back. Everything seems to still be here, so that's always a good sign. I think we were trying to make the pattern, and we were gonna try and alter this. So I was gonna increase the values. I don't know if I did, so we'll put the recipe back in just to make sure. Yeah, 1 to 0.001. So if I times this by what? I need to move this over, like, how do I do this? 1, and then I do like 100,000? No, maybe 1,000? I think I do 1,000. It's 1,001, right? I think so. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, if we look in here for the antimatter, it's 1,000 to 1. Perfect. So that's perfect. 1,000 buckets will get us 1 bucket of antimatter. And antimatter pellets cost 1 bucket. So that seems like a pretty good, rate to generate at. So we'll do that. Awesome. Sounds wonderful. Let's go ahead and chuck it in here. Now, before we get this going, which I want to at least give it a shot this episode, obviously we need to do the output. This shouldn't... I mean, it's going to be a little bit messy, because... now, the antimatter itself isn't radioactive. Once it's antimatter, it's fine. You can just store it wherever. So we can just do an ender tank. The benefit of doing this, what I think at least... you know what? Do we have a purple... Can we maybe, maybe some purple wool? Purple on the table? Is that an option? I want to do full purple wool. I know we've got the normal ender chest that has purple, but I want to have like a full purple thing for the antimatter. That seems to make sense in my eyes. So we'll grab 2 of these. Awesome. We'll go ahead and lock them with diamonds. That should be easy. I know we don't have to lock them because I'm sort of just playing single player, but it's nice to do. So we'll lock these. So ender tanks from this mod, the ender tanks mod, these can actually store gases, which means if I place this here, it's possible it'll fill up automatically. Worst case scenario, we need to add a pipe that leads to it. That should be fine. Now the other tank, what I think I'm going to do, because obviously in order for this recipe to finish, it needs to receive the antimatter within this system, right? So what I'll probably end up doing is pretty much just this exact same design over here. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick this up. We'll go ahead and we'll pick this up as well. And I never know how to pick it up. Yep, there we go. It was one of them. I still don't know which one I did. The refined storage one will be a hollow cover. That can already go back on. This will be an ender tank. I'm going to do... you know what? I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do a storage bus on both of them. So we'll have an ME storage bus. Hopefully we have enough connections. I'll be honest. We might not. We genuinely might not because we've got a lot going on here. Yeah, we have a... I'm sort of regretting how we have this set up. Because, for example, if I make these smart cables real quick, I don't know if we can actually afford for them to be smart cables. But if we do that, which I'll try to do, at least a few of them. Let's grab, about 4. Let's make those smart cables. I want to do a little bit of a test here. And we go ahead and wrench this stuff. So if I pick this up and make this a smart cable, it is using 7 of 8. Okay. And then... Well, I guess I don't really have access over here. Not easily. Let's... sort of easily. We'll go into here. If I make this a smart cable, what do we have? We have 6 of 8. Okay. So how does that work? Because is it one... Like... I genuinely don't know. Because if we go over here, right? And we go ahead and remove... Oh, I didn't really want to do that. But if we place this here, how many channels do we have? We have none, even though it's online and even though these 2 are connected. Do these function? Are these currently working? I think so. Nope, device missing channel. So yeah, we're actually overloaded at the moment. Which means... I don't really know what we do to fix this. Just based on how we've designed this this setup. Realistically, we need to now split this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. And then we can connect these separately. That should work. So I think what I can do is somehow disconnect that, which I think we can do with a quartz cable. I'm pretty sure that does the trick. So we'll grab one of these quartz fibers and go ahead and place that there. Oh, I might need to crouch to do this. Okay, so now that's disconnected. These ones should, in theory, be offline, or at the very least, it looks like they're online, but like in their own network. They're separate from this network. So instead, what we need to do is obviously somehow connect a cable to them. So I'm going to run that dense cable further this way. If we can. I'm breaking some cables. Oh god, I'm breaking a lot of cables. Let's go dense. Oh, we don't really have any lying around. I really thought we did. Oh god. Okay, well, we're in for a treat in that case. Okay, we'll make as many of this as we can. How many did that make? It made 9. Okay, yeah, it did make some. I'm glad it did. We'll make some of that. So we've got 2 dense cables. I'm going to go ahead and place them here and here. Okay, they'll connect, sure, whatever. And then what I'm going to do is just run a big dense here. This one should have no channels on it. Yeah, that's got none. And then I think we can get away with just running a normal cable all the way along here. And then we'll put facades on top. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's good. Remain calm. We've got this under control, okay? We've got a stack of cables. Bring it down here. Hook this up. These are now online. Network booting. Yep, they're good. Wonderful. All that's left is just an insane amount of facades. But once again, that should be pretty easy. Because we can go ahead and boom, boom, boom. Actually, hold on. I think we just place them in the middle with cable anchors on the outsides like that. There we go. And we can grab a few of these. We don't need a crazy amount. And we can tidy this up. And everything's fine. Okay, everybody remain perfectly calm. The base works now. Everything's functional. Everything looks nice. All we need is a little bit more sandstone in the middle. Okay, so yeah, what we were doing was, I guess this facade can go back on, but we were going to fix this guy up. So did we end up placing that storage bus on? I don't think we did, right? It doesn't really look like we've got one under there, no. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh. Actually, yeah, I think this is fine. I think we did the math, right? That goes on there, and now we're good. Maybe. We'll find out if something else stops working, but I'm pretty sure that's fine. So this will have a storage bus. This guy we want to add a partition for antimatter. So we're going to drag in this antimatter like that, and this is good. This guy is good to go. So we can go ahead and place our sandstone back, and we can go ahead and cover it up. And then what we want to do is get an external storage again from refined storage. And then we're almost done. The last step is going to be to make sure that we have spot for all of our nuclear waste that we'll be making as we make all the polonium, because we're running out of that storage and it's a little bit sketchy. This should connect, and once again, we want to drag in the antimatter here. So set this to fluid, I guess. There's no gas. I'll be honest, that makes it a little bit tricky. Is antimatter a fluid or a gas? I'm pretty sure it's a... Yeah, it looks like it's a gas because this isn't doing anything. To be fair, I think I need to connect to the top. So it's possible that it's working and I just need to rewire this a little bit. So we'll place that there. We'll go back in here, search cable. Bear with me, we're very near the end. We'll slap this guy like that. Is this now doing anything? Have I set it to fluid? Okay, so it's working. I'm gonna have this guy be... I'll have him be extract only. Okay? Because he's an ender tank, so he'll fill up with the antimatter, and then he'll be able to be taken out of. That might work. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what happens. In terms of down here, in our room, where we've got this guy is clearly, he's packed to the brim. A little bit sketchy, to be completely honest with you. Let's go ahead and pick this guy up. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to increase our, what do you call it? Waste processing, before we run into a horrible situation. So we'll go ahead and clear a little bit of space here if we can. Alright, so next up we get a bunch of these. We can go for like 20, I guess. We'll see how these fit. And I'm going to slap them all up on this. Oh, actually, I do need them to be accessible from like the bottom. So realistically, the better plan is to put them in the floor. Which I don't know if is the better plan, but it's the plan we're doing. And I think we have the perfect amount to fill up this gap right here. It looks like once you pick them up, they stack, but they stack separately. So this should be good. Everything should be fine. We'll slap all these guys down. All these waste barrels. They're ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. Then we will grab our pressurized tubes. I think I actually put them away. Yeah, they're in here. Awesome. So these guys will obviously slap on top. Like so. Boom, 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 boom. And then... we will connect it to the bottom of this guy. So we'll run this like here, and like this. And then what we need to do is obviously set it to extract. So we'll grab our configurator, look under here, press it once, press it twice, and there we go. So now, this guy's empty. He's good to go. All of these should have roughly the same amount. They've got 4% in each, and they'll all be decaying. So we've essentially increased our decay rate by 15 times, which is pretty phenomenal. So this should be able to handle a lot, and obviously now we can store a lot more. We can store 500,000 per each of these, so we can store what, 10 million millibuckets? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what that means is we can get away with ordering some antimatter. So allegedly, we can go in here, we can order an antimatter. Oh, but it's going to tell us exactly what we need. We don't have enough fluorite in the system, and this is where we store our fluorite. So we genuinely, we need more than 1 barrel full of fluorite, which is pretty ridiculous. Some scary sounds. That is genuinely pretty crazy. We can fix that, obviously, and that's just by fixing this recipe, because to be fair, the order that we were putting in there was a really big order. So I think we will lower it by a little bit. Let's go ahead and lower it to be 0.1. This will still be like 100 millibuckets. It's still pretty good. And we'll lower this guy to just be 100. Right? I think so. I think that works. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that works. So we'll go in here. Hopefully that's enough that we can work with. We can leave a low amount. We don't have to do these big numbers. I just thought we could. Yeah, no, we still need a lot more fluorite. Well, actually, hold on. We're still ordering the same amount, 1 bucket. Can I order instead 0.1 buckets? Yeah, I can. Yeah, reasonable. So I'm going to order one of those. So our system is now running. It's going to be processing everything. And it's going to be chucking stuff in here when it's ready. Now, I don't know if this will show up, what do you call it? With shaders on or with shaders off. But that's where it's going to chuck the stuff when it's done. Now, how do we catch that in action without just sitting there, and how long will that take? I'm just looking now. There's a lot scheduled. Like, just to make this 0.1 bucket, there's a lot scheduled. There's a lot of production needing to be had here. And we can sort of have a quick look through, like, once again, sulfuric acid is, like, constantly the low point. And as you can see right here, we don't even have enough power for this guy. I think that is a big bottleneck. Let's go ahead and give this guy a better ender gate, and I have a feeling that might solve a lot of our problems. Because now he can run at full speed, which means this guy's going to run at full speed, which means we'll have a new bottleneck, which appears to be this guy, which once again, he simply doesn't have enough power. I mean, a lot of these problems can actually be solved quite easily. So there we go. Now that's fully processed. What about this guy? Yeah, he's good. Everything else? I mean, everything else honestly seems to be doing pretty good, unless we're like out of this stuff. Interesting. Very interesting. This guy's full speed. Just real quick, can we put a tier upgrade in this? I almost feel like you can, right? No. Okay, the chemical oxidizer you can't. Oh yeah, look at that. This guy's full. That's crazy. We rarely see this guy full. That is really cool. Awesome. So yeah, we're genuinely making this stuff really quick now. So if we look over here, everything should be processing just that little bit faster. I mean, it's still going to take a while. I'll tell you what, though. At the very least, we have it automated, okay? It can happen. It should be happening. It's just a waiting game at this point. But I'm pretty happy with that. I kind of do like the cables running through here. Let's go ahead and increase our tile distance a little bit just so we can see the stuff from a range. And yeah, so here we go. This is an SPS. Sadly, we didn't get to see it in action. I mean, I guess we ordered too much at once. I kind of feel bad about that. Like, I want to see it in action, especially to, I don't know, to show you guys. It's a pretty cool thing, so it just feels a little bit silly to not see it in the episode, you know what I mean? So let's just put the actual recipe, so this really small one where we make 0.01 or 0.001. Let's go ahead and put this in here, and we'll hope that works. So that'll go in there. I'm going to hop down here. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this one. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to still order the 0.1, but I think it'll start crafting a little bit faster. which means we might be able to see it in action. Yeah, look. How cool is that? So you can actually see, we've got some crazy, I don't know, electricity going on. You can actually see the little particles, the little, I don't know, nucleons going around, doing their thing. You can see the progress in here as it's processing all this polonium at once, making us a bunch of antimatter, which should be stored in here. Yep, you can see in the top left, antimatter stored, a very small amount. This thing takes a while and it uses a lot of power. It's possible we're out of power. This thing drains power. But it's also a good reason to, I guess, check out more power. Also, this is what it looks like without the shaders, so it somehow even looks cooler. Yeah, look at that. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it still looks pretty cool with the shaders, but it doesn't look as cool. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's very, very green without the shaders on. Good to know. Good to know. Look at it. The world looks so much cooler like this with the shaders on it. Like, just the complete color scheme changes entirely. But yeah, awesome. Nice. So it's slow. It's using all of our power, but it works. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe you learned a thing or two. Maybe you had some fun. Or maybe I just wasted a little bit of your time. But hopefully it was a good experience, nevertheless. Or maybe just hopefully it wasn't a bad experience. So yeah, thank you as well. Thank you for the helpful comments. We tried out a few different things this episode. Most of which, to be honest, were from previous comments. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the tips here. To be honest, I didn't even think about just simply piping the stuff out. I was going to make like a bunch more of these in here for whatever reason. But this makes a lot more sense. And we could put this anywhere, realistically. Yeah, we're good. So that scared me a little bit. Yeah, because we've got this trash can, and this trash can's taking everything. I scared myself a little bit. Yeah, the trash can does all the work. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Alright, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one, where hopefully whatever's making that dragon sound doesn't exist. Goodbye.